So let's build this. What we will do is let us build this use case. What this use case says is basically a customer call is routed to an appropriate agent, and the agent will create a loan application. So and request information to obtain the customer's credit score, customer's name, phone number, and obtain a credit score. And he will process the application, and the application is processed. The agent submits it for approval, and when the loan application is approved, the loan is sent for disbursement. Alright, so what we will do here is we will try to simulate some of these use cases here. What we'll do is we'll create a contact using login flows, and then we will create a case for once the credit score is decided, we will create a case for loan application with a subject, and then automatically submit it for approval. Okay, so here we are going to use a combination of visual flows and process builder. So let us see how to do all of this. First and foremost, of course, let us build. Now, since we know what a process builder is, I have already created a process builder process for a case. So the criteria is whenever the case subject contains a loan, I'm just giving it like a loan application or something like that. So what we will do is it will automatically submit it for whenever a case gets created with subject loan, it will get submitted to an approval process. Okay. So the current user is submitting it. So this is one of the first things that we have to do. You'll have to create an approval process. Since process builder you already know, we will not be going through this here. Basically, we'll be using this process builder to submit the submit for approval. Okay, but we will be creating the contact from the visual flow. Alright, we'll be creating a contact and a case. So what does the use case say? We have to we'll collect the name and the phone number, and also the credit score. So what we will do is this processing of credit score will assume that the user will select a value, and based on that the loan application will get created. Okay, so we can add one thing here. So if we go back to our process builder, one thing which I want to do is I'll clone this and create a version, and I will also check the criteria that conditions are met, formula evaluates to true, and let's say first condition that let's change this process builder that it will approve only when case subject, when a case subject contains loan. So we're going to create a loan application, so it will contain the word loan. So now it's not the best of the criteria, but we'll give this criteria, and we'll also see that the case credit history is not bad. So for that we'll have to select the credit. We had created one case on the contact actually, so we have to select the contact and using the relationship. So basically we'll create a case for the contact, right? With this case is a loan application. So we'll see the credit score of the contact related should be does not equal the pick list value bad. So only if the contact has a good credit history will it go for approval. Okay, so let us save this and activate this. So what this does is this process builder will basically submit any case for approval which has got a subject loan, and the case origin as related contacts credit score should be good or fair. If it is bad, then it will not submit for approval. Alright, so with this now let's head over to a flow builder and let's build our flow. So let's build the new flow. The first step, as we have seen, is it has to collect the contact. We'll create a contact, name and phone number, and credit score. So let's do that. So we'll create a screen flow. So as you can see on the left side, these are the elements of a lightning flow, and these are the things. Manager is where you can create some variables to store the value. So first is we'll build a screen element. So there are a couple of things here: screen element, action, subflow, assignment, decision, loop. Then of course the database DMLs, get record. So first we will create a screen element and call it like quick contact creation. And alright, so now let's select the checkboxes that we first is we need name, first name. So we will take the name, click on the name, so it gives us the, so let's say name. So this automatically is a compound field and it stores it in the first name, last name. Next we'll take the phone. So there are some input variable data types available automatically in your Lightning Flow. So let's select phone. So we have the phone number here. We can just take the phone, give it a phone name, and give it a name. And then the third thing we need to do is credit score. We need to check the credit score. So for that we'll have to select a pick list. So these are the things, these are the inputs that you can give in your form, left side. So we want pick list, right? So we want to create a pick list here. So we'll create pick list, and now the thing here to understand is pick list is C score, and the data type we have to say text. And how do we select the choices for this? Now this is the thing here. Now you can create a new source. Now this is from where the pick list for this UI will come. See, this screen is not a Visual Force page or a layout, right? So it doesn't have any binding, but you can create bindings to an object using these new resource, or you can create a standalone variable. So what we will do is it shows us the resource type, it shows variable, constant, formula. You can have various types, but what we will do is pick list record or pick list choice set. When we select pick list choice set, it will pick it up from the underlying you can select the underlying object from where you want to pick it up. So here we are going to say contact and scroll down to contact here and select the data type. It's going to be pick list. Now you got to select the pick list field from where you want to source the values here. So credit score. So with this we are done. So we have 3 values to be picked up over here. So we are good here. Now this screen element will contain 3 values, and the third thing is we'll have to create a record, which is a contact record. So we'll say create contact. We select the data action here, create record, and we are going to use it. Not it asks you for how to set the record. We'll say use separate variables because we are picking up the screen element, right? The first option can be taken if you're querying any database. So create the record on contact. So now set the field values. So the first field that we want to do is last name, and here we can see the variables that we have created here, which is name. So we can say name dot last name, select name dot last name, add field first name. Again same way you can say this was the one which we created in the screen element, right, previously. So as we have seen, the name is a combination of couple of fields. So name dot first name we can use, and the next one is a phone number. So we can say we have the phone screen element. Phone dot value. Okay, so now we'll take it up, and the next one is we have to select the credit score. So this comes from our pick list which we have generated here. So now we have these 4 fields we are going to collect from the users. The another advantage is when you want to quick create some details from a contact, you don't need to enter all the details. So the agent will be focused on quickly processing the loan application, creating a contact, and submitting a case. Okay, so now you know that you have case escalation rules and other things which you already seen in the other service cloud part. If you're not seen, please go through that. So this goes through a complete cycle. So here we're just creating a contact and we are assigning it to we are creating a case for it. So, and then the created contact ID, we want to store it in a variable. Let us create a variable. Data type of course is text and call it contact ID. So this is going to store the newly created contact's ID. Okay, so with this we have enough information for creating a contact. So this will create a contact, and finally we need to create a case. So for that there are 2 things. One is either you can use an action. See, when we select an action, it will ask you what are the things you want to create. Case, create case action, say like quick case. These are quick actions if you already created it. So, but you should make sure that you use all the required fields here. Okay, if you miss any of the required field, then it will not work. Like say now new case, we'll say create the case, And when we create the case, so contact ID, we know, like we'll select from the contact ID that we have stored in the previous record. So description, we are going to say we'll say create loan application case. So related record again is going to be related to contact ID, so we don't need to add this actually, so we can keep it like that. Status, we are going to enter the value new, and so because the case status, let's check the case status that are there. Based on this is what we are going to we need to have a loan application. If it has to have loan keyword, then only it will submit it for approval. So we are going to create a quick case here and say done. So let's connect this. How do we connect this? First we start to screen, then we create record, and then we create an action of creating a case. So let us run this now and see. Let's save this and call it like loan application flow, and ask for some other options, like if you want what type. We already decided it's going to be a screen flow. The other thing can be user provisioning or contact request. Right now what we're going to do is we're going to use the normal one. Okay, we just have some warning, we can activate this. So let's run this. Okay, so now first thing is, now this can be surfaced in various ways. You can create a flow in a tab, you can add it to a UI. So right now what we will do is, score good, let's create a new record and see what's happening. So now the user is quickly creating a new contact. Okay, now we don't have any redirection happening over here. So let's head back to the contacts here and see. So the Tim Blair contact has got created. Now here, see how quickly this has got created. Now this contact has got created, and it would have also got a related case. Okay, so now if you see, the loan application has also got created here as a related case. Yeah, and this would have got submitted to approval. So if you go to approval, now let's check whether this case has got submitted for approval. So now if you see here, see now it's created today and this is already submitted for approval. So this is the power of this lightning flow. So this already got submitted. Okay, so now if you go to the case, you can see the related record and all that, related to, of course, contact. Tim Blair. So see, it's in one stroke the user has been able to create quickly the flow, and as well as create a couple of records and also submit it for approval from the process builder, but also has been capture the data without any additional layouts or something. So this is one of the key features of lightning flows. Next we'll see how to process multiple records in a flow.